Welcome to the last day of Halloween. Ooh. I don't know where that voice came from, but
you know,
it's the last day though.
It is. I'm really gonna cry.
Listen, we'll just take a moment of silence for all the 13 days of Halloween.
Yeah.
Lauren has been on a live stream for almost 13 days straight.
Yeah.
So we love her so much.
Love it.
It was an accident.
The one live stream that I personally was not on, I was still behind the cameras.
Right.
Running the cameras.
We all got a taste of production this
Yeah.
week, which Lauren did quite a bit before I was here, but I never really had to produce that much. So I was like, oh, honey, if you watched a live stream and Sadie wasn't here, I'm sorry. I did my best. I get the participation trophy for that.
Yeah, you do. You do.
But today we're going to be making a super easy paper craft. This is cardstock, and I literally just grabbed a stick out of the backyard.
Yeah.
Like out of this door over
Like
here.
right
I
here.
grabbed a stick off of a tree. So like you can make this super easy and so cute.
I know. I absolutely adore this craft. I really think it takes the treat bags absolutely to the complete next level.
Yeah, if you are one of those moms, which
If you
I
are
am.
that extra mom. Alicia,
We were just talking about Elf on a Shelf.
we were. Alicia is that extra mom.
Right now, my baby's new.
She is. I think certain things I can be extra, but then others I'm just like, no, not even doing that.
Not for me.
Don't have time. Ain't nobody got time for that.
It's all about knowing what kind of mom you are and then just owning it.
Oh, I completely.
Is how I feel.
Yeah.
Like if you're not an Elf on a Shelf mom, don't be. You know, like
That's
if you
me. I'm
if you're
not.
gonna forget, don't do it.
I'm not.
I feel like it could go bad.
Yeah,
Like if
very.
you messed it up. So, anyways,
And it's funny though. Like I thought that I would be that extra mom.
right. And in some ways, you probably
Birthday parties, I'm like, let's slap a couple pre-made things up on the wall, hot dogs and pizza, and we're calling it a day.
The kids still have fun. That's all that matters. I've literally built a Ferris wheel for my daughter's first birthday. So
I like a 4 foot.
not a full one. You can't ride
it
it.
4 or
unless-
3?
It's like really. If it were here, it'd probably be like right here to me. She's a big mama.
Built a Ferris wheel.
Yeah, my husband built it. Thank you, husband. Anyways, what are you all up to today? My cup is blocking. I'm sorry.
Oh no, everybody's already said that I've seen people say they love your tumbler.
Oh, thank you. It's my emotional support water bottle. Oh man.
So we have a couple different things to talk about. First of all, I think you all really want to know the winner from yesterday.
Oh yeah.
So we are giving away a Coach wristlet today. We had a treat yesterday, and today we are giving away a Coach wristlet.
Yes.
So that is, sorry y'all, I have an eyelash that's fixing to fall in my eye.
Your eyelashes look good, girl.
I just got another thing. Anyway, back on track. Coach wristlet giveaway today, and we are also, we don't know what we're giving away. We've already said we're giving away a treat. We can spin the wheel just to be funny, but
for a good time's sake,
for the last old times, we'll spin it one more time.
Yeah.
But we will spin the wheel. Don't know what we're giving away today, but we are giving something away live today. So that's super, super exciting. Mm-hmm. Before we announce our winner, I do want to remind you guys that today is the very last day that you all have to sign up for the Start Selling Your Crafts in 30 Days webinar that Tanner is hosting tonight at 7. He has been working diligently getting that ready for you guys. So if you are on the fence or you think you want to start selling your crafts, this is definitely one to jump into. If you already have DMS and you still haven't started, you may want to think about, hey, you know, this may help jumpstart me. It's similar but different.
Yeah.
It's going to be, you get to kind of convert. It's more like, feels like one-on-one with Tanner.
Right.
So it's really, really good. Make sure you click on that link to jump over there and grab you a seat. Seats are limited and they have been filling up. So make sure you jump over there and grab your seat.
I want to say, I mean, we were pretty full this morning, and we in our meeting had 3 people jump on. Yeah. And I think we only needed a few more to max out.
Yeah.
Right? We were almost there.
We were getting close.
Yeah. So
for sure.
And we're also offering the 30 off of our yearly membership still.
This is the last day for that too.
Yes.
So this is the last time you're going to be able to grab that yearly membership at a discounted rate before Yearly Member Summit, unless Tanner changes his mind and decides to run another sale before Summit. From my understanding, this is going to be, this is a great time to jump into yearly if you are not sure about it.
It really is.
Because the best deal we have is 40 off, so this is very close to that.
Right, and with the summit coming up, you're already going to be in there and you're ready to go, and you're going to get a ticket to that summit. Only the yearly members get access to that, right? Get the ticket?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So that's super exciting. That's going to be a full day of Christmas crafts. October 1st, so sign up if you guys haven't already. Super exciting.
So, are you guys ready to whatever. Find out who won the Coach wristlet.
Let's do a drum roll.
And the winner is Dion Perez.
Woohoo! So exciting. And that is for a Coach wristlet. We should have brought it in here.
We should have. We will do that in a little bit.
We'll grab it. I got to print something later anyway. So,
Dion, if you are here, make sure you email our customer service, hi@makersgonnalearn.com. Give us your best shipping address, and we will ship that Coach wristlet out to you.
Yay. So fun.
Do we want to go get the pumpkin?
Yeah,
to see what we're going to give away today. Now we will be giving this away at the end of the live. You do have to be live to win this, so make sure you stick around. First of all, you're going to want to stick around for the craft, but you're really going to want to stick around for the surprise. I'm going to let you pick.
Okay.
But I'm
we have some good stuff in there. There's one in there that I've been hoping that y'all win all week. I'm like, I just want y'all to win it.
Well, let's see.
Are you looking at what? Me and Courtney sat down and come up with these prizes. There's some pretty good stuff in there.
Ooh, goodness. We've not even.
I know.
Y'all.
Shake it.
Hold on.
What do y'all want to win?
I didn't get the chance to see what was in here.
I should have gave you the list.
You should have.
Let's see. Are y'all telling us? Tell us what you want to win. Channel it into the pumpkin. Channel it into the pumpkin.
Okay.
Okay, are we ready? You want to shake it again? Like, give it a good stir? Okay, I'm going to look away. Okay. Ready? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, I'm trying to give some good juju to the pumpkin, you guys. Lauren's scooping stuff in my hand.
That one. That one on the floor.
Oh, okay. Where is it? Okay. Oh. Lauren did some good deeds for y'all.
Okay, so.
Oh, girl. Okay, are y'all ready?
Well, maybe I cheated a little bit.
Lauren, this is Lauren's new favorite toy, okay? Are y'all ready? Someone is winning this today, okay? This is the Epson SureColor Sublimation printer, y'all. This is a big prize. This is a big deal. This is a printer specifically for sublimation. If you don't have sublimation gear, this is like the thing to have right now. This is the hot ticket item. So if you all want to win, make sure you're commenting and interacting with us throughout the live, and we will announce the winner at the end.
Yeah.
So very exciting. Love it. Someone has the dropsies.
Oh, no, that was me. I was just trying to make sure she picked the right one.
She's the pumpkin berry.
Well, okay, so we've given away some big prizes this week. But,
yeah, we have.
Or for 13 days. But the biggest prize was at the very first day, and that was our...
Was it a maker?
It was a maker, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the other ones have been like mystery boxes and a gift card maybe, and
a wristlet
and a hot glue gun.
Yeah, we want some fancy stuff for y'all.
I just thought it would be nice to end on a big note.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love it. Well, should I start my craft?
I think
Should we
so.
start crafting?
Take that back with you before I drop it and break it.
I will take the pumpkin. Okay, so if you all did not see the thumbnail, this is what we're making today. It's a little broom treat bag. This is a real stick, okay? I even got one from the backyard for you all, but this has candy in it. So like, how stinking cute. I'm obsessed with this. So if we go overhead, I'll show you everything you're gonna need to make this. It's super easy. I didn't bring the cardstock in here because I need to print it, and I actually forgot to put cardstock in the printer to print this, but that's okay. I'll throw some in there in a minute. But you're not gonna need a whole lot, and honestly, you all probably have a lot of this stuff laying around. The main thing is gonna be the brown paper bags. Now, I got these from Hobby Lobby. These are fancy brown paper bags. Who knew? Who knew that there was fancy paper bags? There is. When I say fancy, I mean thick.
Brown paper bags are made different.
They are. They are. So like, this is a little bit thicker. I honestly would probably recommend them from like the Dollar Tree or even just like Walmart, like the regular paper bags. These are more like treat bags that are brown, if that makes sense.
Right.
So you're gonna want thin brown paper bags. I've got black glitter cardstock here. You're gonna need regular white cardstock, which we're gonna be printing on, and you will need an inkjet printer. I've got little candies. Look at these Halloween candies. Y'all, this one is chocolate, but it's fangs. That's so cute. I love it. So Halloween candy, I've got foam squares. These, as long as they're not bigger than the little tag we're making, you just need some to attach the 2 layers. I've got multiple different fall ribbons or Halloween ribbons. This purple glitter is like a vibe. I love that color. And then I've got scissors. I have a stick that I tore off of a pine tree. And then I've got this is a light grip, but really you just need like a standard grip mat. And I'm gonna actually be applying some transfer tape on here so that we can cut the glitter cardstock and the glitter doesn't get all over our mat. But that is pretty much it. So
yes.
Let's go ahead and get into Design Space, and I'll show y'all how to do this. It is so easy. This project is so easy, y'all. This is something, now, I'll say, when I first did it, I thought this is gonna be so fast. But it does take a minute to like cut the little, what do you call it, like the bristles
strips
on the thing.
Yeah.
But really, if you're doing like for daycare or something, this is like a really cute little project for
I mean,
5 or
as
6
long
people.
as these would be super cute if you have like a smaller size classroom, like if you were doing them for kids or like doing them for your grandkids, like you have 3 or 4 grandkids, these would be absolutely adorable. Now,
I agree.
if I was like doing mass production, this is not the route I would go.
Right.
I would probably just take a cellophane bag and like a dowel rod and tie it. Would probably be the easiest way.
Yeah, and a dowel rod would be cute too. Like I have dowel, which we have a woodworking business, but I got dowel rods laying around everywhere, so I don't have to really go rip a stick off of a tree. I can just use what whatever.
I think the stick out of the backyard for this specific one makes it look. I don't know.
It's whimsical.
Yes.
You know. So this file we already I designed it in Design Space, and there was kind of a lot to it. So I thought, you know what, we'll just make it into a file for you all. So this is already here as a file, and we're just going to download it into Design Space. It's going to download as a zip file, and we will unlock that. And we are going to be using the PNG, which you can see right here. Let me pull up Design Space, and we will pull this into our uploads. So I'm going to go to Upload on the left, Upload Image, and then you can just pull Design Space down, and you can click and drag your image into Design Space. So typically we go complex, background removal, and then I just select apply and continue. You're going to need the print then cut image because we are printing then cutting today. Printing then cutting. And then I'll select the image, add it to my canvas, and that's that. So when it comes into Design Space, it's gigantic. It is a 12 by 13.
It's a big boy.
It's big. We don't want it that big for this project. I mean, if you wanted to make it for something else, go for it. But make sure you're locking your image. I want to show you all what happens if you don't. So it's unlocked right now. No, thank you. Don't do that. So why does Design Space do that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Design Space has been really funky. Like, it all started yesterday. Design Space started, I don't know.
Well, sometimes with the updates, it can be finicky.
Listen, y'all know about Design Space. Some days it's your best friend. Some days it is literally your worst enemy.
I know. There's a fine line. Okay, so make sure you lock it before you resize it. I'm going to change the width to, let's do 3.5. So it looks tiny there. We'll zoom in a little bit. I don't want this to be huge. Like the one on here, I want to say this has got to be about 3.5, 4 inches wide. And then we're going to go ahead and add an offset. So you need to be considering the offset whenever you're making your design. So if I made my tag, if I made this 4 or 5 inches, when I add an offset, that's going to add a whole 1/2 inch or 1/4 inch to the size of the thing. So we don't want to cover up the entire broom. I want it to be small enough to like not cover the broom, but big enough to read. So we're going to do 3.5 inches, and I'm going to add an offset, and I'm going to make it a little bit smaller than 1/4 inch. Let's do 0.15. I think that's cute. Yeah. And we will apply that. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to do basic cut on this black. That's going to be our black glitter cardstock. So what I've done, there's 2 layers. I changed the operation to basic cut because whenever you add an offset to this print then cut image, I'll show you again. When I add that offset to the print then cut image, you can see right here in the layers panel that this is coming in as a print then cut. We're not printing and cutting it though. We're just cutting it out of cardstock. So I've got this one selected, and I can change my operation right here to basic cut function. It turns it to gray. We're printing it on black, so I can just change the color, and that's how you would do that. This will remain as a print and then cut because we're going to be printing this and then cutting it on the Cricut. I'm just going to delete this old offset, and that's all that y'all need to do. And you can select both of them and see how big it's going to be. So it ends up being around 3.8 by 3.9, and that is perfect. We don't want to go much bigger or much smaller than that. And then, so what you would do, I don't even need to move that. What you would do is go to Make It, and we're going to select On Matte. We're using a 12 by 12, but you can just select Continue. It'll automatically default there. And it's prompting me. It's weird that it prompted me to do this one first.
Print it first?
No, it was wanting me to do this one first. Huh. It's weird. Anyways, you don't need to mirror your image. We're cutting it on 8.5 by 11 paper. And then this one's fine, doesn't need to be. Actually, I lied. So the black one, since we're doing it on glitter, it does need to be mirrored because I'm going to put the glitter face down onto the mat. So I'm cutting it from the back side. Glitter tends to cut better on cardstock if you cut it from the back side. So I'm going to mirror my offset image. So our print and cut image stays the same. Our basic cut glitter cardstock is going to be mirrored, and I'm going to select continue, and we are using the Maker 3 today. I did not want to connect through Bluetooth. Oh no, oh no.
What's wrong?
I don't want to connect through Bluetooth. I just want to connect through USB. Hold on a second. We'll reload it in there. Okay. This one is easy, you all. They're like, are you not going to do anything else? I'm like, no.
Is it on?
Yeah, it's on. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Okay.
I accidentally selected Bluetooth. It's on. It's on. Marie says, I love these bags. No kids or grandchildren who are small, but do not have small children. I have 10 to 12 kids that come to the house trick-or-treating. So this would be the Mac Daddy.
Yeah.
If I got this when I was trick-or-treating, I'd be like, dang, they hooked it up. I'm going to their house every year. Okay, we're going to go browse on materials, and it's wanting me to cut the glitter cardstock first. So I'm going to type in glitter, and there's a glitter cardstock setting. You can see there's lots of glitter settings. Glitter settings they have more pressure because you're going through like more texture. And I'm actually going to apply more pressure just for the sake of getting it cut all the way through. We're just using a basic fine point blade. And what I'm going to do, if we go overhead, I'll show you all what I like to do when I'm cutting glitter cardstock so that I don't ruin my mat. Can y'all see that?
They have been super excited about this hack.
Oh, okay.
Everybody has been like, how do you cut without getting glitter on it? So
here we go.
Here we go.
So what we're going to do, and I had the hardest time peeling this up earlier, so I pre-peeled it up because I couldn't get it with my basketball wife fingernails. Hold on. When I have long fingernails, I call them basketball wife nails. You know the show Basketball Wives?
I've never watched it.
Okay. What about Love and Hip Hop?
No.
Okay. If y'all have watched Basketball Wives, please leave a comment. Okay, so what I'm doing is taking, it could be any transfer tape. The sticky side is up at me. So this is the shiny, the slick side. This is the sticky side on the top. And I'm just going to lay it on my mat. And, sometimes it doesn't like for me to do this. You can bray it, and actually...
Do you want me to go grab it?
I think we have one in here.
I'll just go grab yours.
Yeah, grab me one, and will you throw a piece of thick cardstock in that printer right there?
Yeah.
I forgot to put one in before we started. But, so what I like to do is put this transfer tape on the mat, and then you can bray it down, and then what you do is place your cardstock on top of it. So this prevents the glitter from sticking to the mat, and it's just going to stick to that transfer tape, which keeps your mats super clean. I hate cleaning my mats. I would honestly rather buy a new mat. So I just want to keep them clean rather than dirtying them up and then having to go back and clean it. This is a really good tip to use when you're cutting things like felt. Leather is really good for this. I'm trying to think of what else we have used this for. But any time that you're not wanting to get your mat super dirty, if you're dealing with like really messy materials, just lay some transfer tape down and then go for it. And this is just a light grip mat, but it's a newer one, so it's a little bit more sticky.
I cannot. You found the brayer.
I need a burnishing tool.
Okay.
I was using the brayer, but it was like trying to pull my thing up.
Gotcha.
Sorry, I probably said the wrong thing. I thought So I'm just using the burnishing tool to make sure this is down. I tried to use the brayer and it was not happening. Okay, so we've slicked that down. What I'm gonna do next is lay this glitter cardstock. So this is the black glitter cardstock from Hobby Lobby. And now I'm gonna bray this down. So bray it down really good. Okay. And then I'm going to send it through the Cricut. Okay.
So that's a good question. Somebody said, can we lay it on the mat first and then peel the backing off of it?
Can you lay?
You can lay the transfer tape on your mat first before you peel the backing. burnish it, bray it, burnish it down, and then peel the backing off.
That's a great idea. This is me searching for painter's tape because I have no trust.
Okay, well, if you want painter's tape, I will run back out there too because it's in my drawer.
Oh, is it?
I think some of it.
We usually have like 15 rolls laying around
but I think
everywhere.
we've used it all because me and you have trust issues.
We do. We do. I always say, like, if we were on a deserted island and you could only bring one craft supply, what would it be? And mine would be painter's tape. Every single time, painter's tape. So I'm going to get some and just kind of tape this top edge down because I don't want it to get stuck. Thank y'all.
You're welcome.
I don't want it to get stuck or like jammed in my Cricut. So here's another little hack for you. I'm just taping this right along the edge. You do want to kind of be careful where you're taping it so that you don't tape it where it's going to be cutting. But I'm just taping it right along the edge. I'm going to put a couple pieces on these edges too, just for safe measure. And make sure it's totally flat on there so it doesn't get caught up in the wheels of the Cricut, or I don't want it to get caught up in here. Okay, so let's go ahead and send this through. Okay. And it's hard to know, I think, whenever you're putting glitter cardstock on a mat, sometimes it's hard to know, like with this hack, if you want to use like a strong tack transfer, a strong would work better, but you're also working with cardstock, so you want to be particular about which type of transfer tape that you're using. Can y'all hear me? Okay. My mic is like falling down. Okay, here we go. I'm just holding it here for moral support.
Oh, did you talk about, Lori commented again. Did you mention Lori's comment?
No.
Oh.
What?
Well, Lori said, this is my first time interacting during live because I'm usually pretty shy, and y'all mentioned my comment. Thank you.
I might have read it and not saw who said it. But I'm glad.
Don't
be shy, girl.
Yeah, like we want everybody to feel welcome here.
Yeah.
I get the being shy part. Most of my life was shy. Believe it, I was shy. Believe it or not.
I do not believe it.
I was like high school. So backwards, so shy.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah,
I cannot. I really can't believe that.
I know.
Listen, that cut out so crispy. I'm just saying.
It's so crispy.
Did you throw a piece of cardstock in that printer for me?
I did.
Ugh, you're an angel. I did. I got in here and I thought,
I threw a thick boy in there. I think it's like 100.
That's my favorite.
Okay.
I like it to be like that. Okay. So Lauren put some cardstock in there for me. So you can see right here, this is highlighted. The print and cut is highlighted. So that's what we're going to do next. I'm going to send it to the printer, and we can keep the bleed on for this. That way, if our machine isn't perfectly calibrated, we may avoid any white showing. I'm going to keep it on. I've already got my printer selected, and I'm going to use the system dialog. I don't really have to do this. I think it's more out of habit. I like to use the system dialog when I print. I just do. Do you always use it?
System dialog? Yeah.
Almost every time. So it's going to act like it's loading, loading, loading. I'm going to pull my screen down, and there it is. So I don't think it does this for Windows as much as it does for Mac. But with the Mac, you may just sit there and be like, where's my dialog box? Well, it's behind the design space screen.
Yes.
So make sure you've got your correct printer selected. I'm going to be feeding from the rear tray. This is a perk of printing from the dialog box because you can select where the paper is feeding from. And when we're using thick cardstock, we want to print from the rear tray. That way it doesn't cause any paper jams. And this is what, 100 pound, you said? 100 pound cardstock?
Yep.
So I'm going to select best, and then we are going to send that to the printer. Let me go retrieve that really quick.
So while she's going to get that, we did have somebody ask us, let's see, how many spots left for tonight? I'm not sure. I know we were getting close. So make sure you jump on there and grab your seat for the $27 Selling Your Craft workshop. The next is, we had somebody ask us, what is the reason for bleed on and off? So leaving bleed either on or off when you are working with the print and cut is if you turn the bleed on, what it does is it kind of bleeds that ink just a little bit out on the edges of that. There are some designs where you don't need to use bleed. There's some designs where you need to always turn bleed off. But like with this being a basic shape, you can leave the bleed on if you want to. That way when your Cricut cuts, if it's off a little bit, there is no white showing. So that's the reason for leaving the bleed, turning the bleed on. Oh my goodness, I have obviously missed a lot. Yes, Kristen answered, you sometimes get a better cut with the bleed off. Sometimes it's really, that's where you have to play around and find out what works best for you. Did you leave bleed on or turn it off for this?
I left it on for this.
Okay.
Because I don't want, whenever my machine cuts, I'm not 100% sure if when the last time was that we calibrated this machine. So I left it on, and that way, if it's not perfectly calibrated, if my cut is off even a little bit, I have a bleed. So this purple color literally bleeds over the edge of where it normally would be. So it looks a little bit thicker when you print with a bleed. Like realistically, my purple is not that thick around here.
Which, because we cut yesterday and we noticed that it was off a little bit, turning the bleed on will help kind of keep that, I guess, not necessarily more in line, but it will help it.
Right, right. So I'm gonna take this off.
When you're doing print and cut, an inkjet printer is what we use. And I think that is what is recommended, is an inkjet printer for print and cut. Now, I want to remind you guys that print and cut is not just for like sticker papers, like making stickers. You can do print and cut cards. This is paper we're doing. There are so many different things you can do with print and cut than just making stickers. For sure.
And so I've just braided this on here. I've got it in the top left corner. And now I'm going to put it into the Cricut. Excuse me. And
so we have a lot of people asking, how often do you need to calibrate your machine? That is going to be, I would calibrate every time you start seeing your machine is off. Like it's cutting, it's starting to cut a little off, then I would calibrate it. That could be 6 months, it could be 6 days.
You'll notice it.
You will know.
Yeah. So I'm using the heavy cardstock 100 pound. I'm gonna select done. I'm gonna do more pressure. I should not do that all the time. Don't be like me. Just use it on default pressure. It should be fine. And then we're going to be using a fine point blade, and I will go ahead and send this in.
The reason we didn't flatten this image is because it was a PNG image already, so you don't have to flatten PNG images. You do have to flatten if you bring it in as an SVG. You do have to flatten it. But for PNG images, they are already print and cut ready.
So if you went in and you designed this in Design Space or something similar to it, you need to flatten it and then print, and then it would be like a print and cut. Rather than, if you didn't, it's going to cut out every single image that you have. Like it would cut out the witch hat and the moon and the broom. And
yeah.
Okay, it's scanning it. Does anybody have any questions? Venus says, I always use extra pressure. Me too.
It's a trust issue. I'm telling you, it is a trust issue.
Well, and because we're working with the Cricut so often, all day long, I'm like, I don't have time. Like if you're not going to cut in the first round, I don't have time to deal with that. You know, I just want to cut it and get it done with.
I mean, I'm the same way. I normally always use more pressure. And I've been making, especially with HTV.
Yeah.
And I really feel like there's never a time that I don't use more pressure.
I know.
With HTV.
It's bad. Okay, so this cuts. Okay, and y'all are going to be able to see where the bleed was too, which is great.
Yes, so Carol made a good point, and I want to let you guys know, if you are using 2 separate PNG images and putting them together, you will have to flatten them together.
Right.
Just to be clear, that's another way. It's not just, if you're just using a single PNG, don't worry about flattening. 2 PNGs or SVGs, select them, flatten them together.
Yes, that's a good tip. And also you can see where the bleed is. So I wanted you all to see, and actually this machine does need to be calibrated because you can see right here that the bleed is not there anymore. So that means that the cut is slightly off, because it's thicker over here than it is right here. So good thing we turned the bleed on, and you can't even tell. I mean, you can't, like, this is, oh
no. Okay,
I lost it.
We are, how much longer is there a lot more to this project?
No.
Because we've had a lot of people ask about calibration.
Oh, they're wanting me to show them how to calibrate.
I think we could run through a quick calibration. What do you think?
Sure, yeah, let's do it.
Or okay, drop us an emoji if you want us to run through a quick calibration so that you all can see and learn and know.
Yeah, and what we'll do in the meantime is I'm gonna show y'all how to cut this.
We literally just had somebody ask, can you do a demo on calibration?
Okay.
Right after I said that.
Okay.
Well, let's see how many emojis we've got in.
Yeah.
Also, somebody wanted me to repeat what I said about the PNG and the SVG. So, once again, one PNG image on your mat equals no flattening. Two or more PNG images on your mat that you put together equals flattening. SVG image on your mat and you want to make it a print and cut, you must flatten.
Yes. If you're going to print and cut, your image needs to be flattened unless you're pulling it in directly as a PNG or if there's more than one PNG.
Okay.
Basically.
It looks like the people have won.
Okay.
Calibration time it is.
Let's do it then.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay. So what you're going to do, I'm just going to go back to my main Design Space screen.
While you do that, I'm going to run out and put a piece of paper in the printer.
Okay.
And I'm going to put it in the rear tray.
Okay, cool. So whenever you get into the main Design Space screen, you're going to go to these three little lines right here, and you'll see calibration right here. So you can calibrate your machine for all of these different purposes. There's rotary blade, knife blade, and print and cut. We are going to calibrate for print and cut today. You're going to select a printer, whichever printer you're connected to, and you're going to print a sheet of paper, and it's going to print out all of these weird juju marks, and you're going to be like, what in the world? And then I'm going to select continue as soon as that's printed out, and we're going to take this sheet. Lauren's about to grab it. We're going to take this sheet and put it onto our mat. So whenever she brings that, you'll be able to see how strange this looks. So this is a calibration sheet right here. And what you do is line it up to this corner. I'm gonna braid it down just to make sure that it stays.
And you're gonna wanna make sure that you line it up the absolute closest to the edge and the top as you can.
Right, here, I'll do it better. Oh, there I go, curling my paper up. So just line it up as good as you can. I am not a perfectionist. I'm so bad at doing stuff like this.
Okay, so normally I'm not either, but when I'm doing a calibration, I think it's important to try your best to get it in that top left corner as close as you can.
It is.
So that's one of the things. Remember that.
Okay, so what I'll do next, I'm just following the prompts in Design Space. It says place the sheet top left corner and click continue. I'm using the Maker 3, and then it will say load your fine point blade, which we already have in, and my little light is flashing.
So I feel like Crystal may have asked us a question, Crystal Goki, because I saw where somebody said, great question. If you ask us a question, I was trying to find it, drop that again so I can get it.
Do you calibrate with every blade? No, they just have certain ones that you calibrate, like the knife blade, the rotary blade, and then the fine point blade.
Yes, so the reason that you calibrate with the knife blade is because but that's only a Maker thing.
Yeah.
So it's just those adaptive blades that you need to calibrate with if it's other than the fine point blade.
So it's scanning it right now. It's just kind of scanning that registration box. And on Design Space screen, you can see that it says scanning calibration sheet, and you can see behind it, there's little questions. And as soon as it gets done cutting and scanning, we're gonna follow all the prompts in Design Space exactly as it says. And it'll tell you exactly what to do.
And you are going to calibrate with regular copy paper, not cardstock.
Yes, we just printed on regular copy paper.
Yes.
And so what it's gonna do, there's a series of letters and numbers, and I'll show you all close up. Right now, it's cutting a square out of the middle. And then in Design Space, it's going to say, without unloading, examine the cut line around the small square in the middle of the calibration sheet. Does the cut line touch the printed line all the way around? Yes. And then it'll say, proceed to fine calibration, or no, let's do basic. So I'm going to look and see. Mine is off. It's off. So I'm going to select no. It does not. Mine looks like this one right here. Select continue. And right now what it's doing is cutting a line on every single number and letter. And we need to see which line touches closest to the center. And I'll show y'all close up, because I don't know if that makes a lot of, I don't know how to explain that. Oh, Renee says, Alicia, you're glowing. Highlight, contour on point. Thanks. I did my makeup in the office.
That's become a norm for us.
I know, it really is. Listen, my baby child don't want me to get ready in the morning. She don't. And I just have given up. I'm like, I'll just get ready at work. I'll just get ready at work.
I'm just too lazy.
Lauren's like, I just do it at
every
work.
little ounce of sleep I can get.
Oh, I know. I feel that. I was up at 3:30. I was like, I'm struggling. I don't want to show y'all any more of the project while we're calibrating because I don't want anyone to get confused. So I'm going to let this finish and then
So Janine asked, are the blade housings the same size like for intricate and deep cut? Can I just use a deep cut blade in a regular housing? I've never tried that, but you know what? I'm going to grab our box of blades and we're going to try that.
Okay.
While you do that.
In Design Space, it says, without unloading, examine the lines on the top and right side of the calibration sheet. Use drop downs to select the number or letter of the printed lines where the cut is centered with the printed line. So you can see right here, this line is in the center, and then you can see these other cut lines are to the left and right of the black line. So I'm going to go to my top line. I'm going to go over to my Cricut and see which one is closest. And holy moly, the first two were like way, way, way off. So I'm just going to go right down through here, and number 8 looks good. The rest are super off, so I'm going to do 8. And then I'm going to go down through the letters, and G looks pretty good. So I'm going to do 8 and G. So in Design Space, the top line's going to be an 8. The right line's going to be 8G. And then I'll select Continue. And it says basic calibration complete. To review the changes, let's print another sheet. Well, and then press. And then it's going to want you to print another sheet. Lauren, I'm printing a sheet out there.
Okay.
Can you grab it?
Yep.
Okay. Continue. And I'm just peeling off this old one because we're not going to be using it anymore. And normally, if your machine is calibrated, you'll only have to do this once. But ours is way off, so, and I can tell that it's off. So it's actually good that we're doing this.
Okay. I have some news.
Okay.
Let me go over here to my camera.
Does it fit? Okay.
Okay. So, upon further inspection, I have my deep cut housing and my fine point blade housing. I have my deep cut blade. I know y'all can't see that, but this is the deep cut blade because it's black on the end. And you know what? When you put it in the fine point housing, it goes down further. So no, you can't just use a deep cut blade in a fine point housing. They are the same size, but what happens is when you place it in the housing, that deep point, if you put the deep point blade in the fine point housing, it like sucks it down in there so it doesn't stick out like it does with the deep cut blade.
So the deep cut blade is more shallow, the housing is more shallow than the fine point blade.
Yes, so the housing is more shallow so the blade sticks out more.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool, good to know.
Yes, and I think somebody asked what the difference was between the premium fine point blade and a regular. So your premium fine point blade is the gold blade. This is your regular fine point blade. The premium fine point blade is actually made out of German steel. So it's designed to make the super intricate cuts.
Yeah.
I've never used it, to be real honest.
Maybe
I should need to start using it on my very intricate HTV cuts.
I know, I'm gonna try to use it.
I'm gonna start using it.
We'll make a goal to use it this week. Okay, I'm repeating the process. So without unloading it, I'm gonna check my little box. Oh, y'all, it looks good. It looks good.
Okay.
So, yes, that's fine. Does the cut line touch the printed line all the way around? Yes, ma'am. Continue, okay? Look at her go, look at her go. She's doing a good job. All right, cute, cute. Y'all, we're almost done. This craft is really not gonna take very super long.
Listen, everybody is so happy that you've gone over this calibration. I feel like they love the craft, but they're very appreciative of the calibration.
I don't know for sure if my videos came out. I did a troubleshooting video recently, and I talk about calibration. And I talk about like other troubleshooting tips and tricks with your Cricut. So if you all are having a lot of issues, keep an eye out for that video. I don't think it's came out yet, but it will be soon. I've reviewed it, so I know it's coming out soon.
Yes, Carol, interesting that we've not even needed it. Honestly, I forget that we have it.
I know. It's sometimes like there's a lot of products out there that we don't ever use.
But there is a good point with that is we have, before I say this, there are so many times in that craft room where we want to say wordy dirds and it just doesn't go right. So maybe the fine point blade would have helped us.
Honestly, it probably would. Okay, I'm doing 12 and K for this one. So y'all can tell it's moved quite a bit. I'm gonna select continue. And right now it's cutting the outer rectangle. And so this is how we confirm if it is a good cut or not. Without unloading, examine the cut and see if we're satisfied with it. I am. That looks really good. And continue, and that's it. And so your machine's calibrated. That's so easy.
I know.
It
really is. And Cricut does a good job with prompting you to calibrate your machine. So, I mean, Design Space can be a headache sometimes, but as far as calibration, it's super easy.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So what we're going to do next, now that we're calibrated, is we're going to cut all of these little broom bristles.
Gina asked, so do you calibrate each time you change or upgrade a printer? I would probably calibrate.
Just for the sake of doing it, probably.
Yeah, because it never hurts to calibrate and it doesn't take very long.
Right. So. Okay, so what I did, I'm trying to remember exactly, because you don't want to you want to kind of flatten this bag out. I did this quite a while ago, you guys, bear with me. I don't want to cut, like if I fold it in here and I cut it, no, it'll be fine. It'll be fine if I do that.
Yeah.
We're fixing to find out if it's not. You do want to keep this out, open. So I'm just keeping this flat and I'm going to cut as far as I can. I thought about trying to do this with the Cricut and I was like, no. It would be, I don't know. I feel like it'd be too aggressive. So what I'm doing is just taking a pair of really sharp scissors and I am just cutting all the way down. Now you're not going to be able to go all the way down once you get to this point. So we will manually go in and cut all the way to this bottom edge. But I'm going to cut my strips first. And then y'all are about to find out why this is a labor of love. Because they're so cute, but they're a little time consuming in terms of hand cutting. But I love it because it's like old school paper crafting.
So question, do you think it'd be easier to use the True Control knife on a cutting mat to cut those strips or no?
Maybe. I mean, you could try it if you all do it. I mean, you can try it. I don't know. Or even like a rotary cutter, like on a cutting mat. Is that how you think you would do it, Lauren?
No, I would probably just use the True Control.
You do True Control on a cutting mat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because I try to save those rotary cutters for fabric.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I know.
We can't do that.
But if you weren't trying to save it, do you feel like that would be a good, efficient way to do it?
Yeah.
I think so, too. I think that's a good idea. I didn't think about that before.
Jill said possibly using a paper trimmer. That you would have to get your bag completely flat and make sure that you don't cut into the bottom part of the bag would be the only thing with paper trimmer.
Right. You don't want to cut all the way down. That's why I'm stopping right here and I'm going to manually go in and kind of snip that bottom edge. And I also did these really thick the first time I did it. I found that the thinner they were, the better it looked. Like the thinner the strips were, the better the broomstick looked, or the bristles looked.
But the good thing about this is like you could sit and this could be a mindless task.
Oh,
So as a crafter, I have my mindless tasks that I like to do, which doesn't require me to really pay attention. Like it's kind of just a, you know, something you do. One of those, which I've not done in a long time, crocheting used to be one of my mindless crafts. Like I would just sit and chain stitch, like the whole, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So I mean, this is something that you could just sit on the couch while watching a movie with the kids or whatever and cut.
I'm just sticking my hand in here to kind of spread it out. And then I'm gonna take my scissors and I'm cutting all the way to the base. So I'm not cutting both layers at the same time now. I'm just cutting a single layer. And I'm cutting these all the way to the base. Watch your fingers. Okay. And we're gonna do this all the way around. And this is pretty much.
Everybody's saying that they have rotary cutters that they use specifically for their paper crafting. So that's a great idea.
I would think avid paper crafters probably have that. On these corners, they're connected still, so I'm just gonna cut this straight down the middle. Okay. ASMR. I said ASMR.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any questions so far? The next thing we're going to be doing is working on our bow and attaching the tag. You can cut a hole in Design Space for your tag, but I just used a hole punch. So we're going to be just punching a hole in that tag and attaching it. So really, y'all, this is so super easy. And we learned how to do calibration today.
Patty says, I'm a bookmaker. The true control knife works better than the rotary wheel, though both work. One could always have two rotary cutters. Bookmaker. Right. Please explain that, because that sounds so interesting.
Like as a craft? Like do you make journals?
Like I want to do this.
I want to make a book.
Please tell me I would love to see. If you are, yes, this really has piqued my interest.
You know I made a notebook for Maker U.
Yeah, I know, but you spiral bound it, and I love the spiral bound, but I'm just curious, like
a leather bound, like
bound
an old
books?
school, right? Let us know what you're doing. Tell us all the details. We want to know. Okay, so I'm gonna cut this one. This is our last cut. There's lots of phalanges floating around here. Okay, cut. And then, so we've got, this is our little broom, our little dusty broom. Okay, what you're gonna do next is put all of your candy in a full bag. So we're just using a regular bag to put all of our little candies in. Just gonna drop them down in there. And listen, there's no Reese's left because I ate them all.
Oh, so that's where they went.
There's only Kit Kats left.
I think I ate one Reese. I've been trying to be good, y'all. So I think I've ate two pieces of that candy.
Oh my gosh.
I've been trying.
Y'all, I only did 3 sides. But Lauren's doing good. I am doing better, but not as good as Lauren. I did meal prep this week, and I've been drinking a lot of water. So that's a positive note.
Did we get those bags from Dollar Tree, Hobby
These
Lobby?
are from Hobby Lobby, but I recommend them from the Dollar Tree because they're thinner and more bendy.
So these are more of like the craft paper
bags. Yes, they feel like the craft.
But you need the cheap thin bags.
Yeah, you want the cheap thin bags. So listen, I got this thing wide open. I'm going to take my candy bag and pop them in there. The bottoms are the same thickness, so they should line up. And then just like you're putting in a ponytail, I'm going to go ahead and cut a piece of twine. I'm just going to cut a thin piece of twine out. An inchworm just fell from the ceiling.
What?
Do you guys see it? Look, he's little. You know what? It probably came off of my tree branch. He's like, God, where am I? Can you guys see him? Hold on, I'm trying to get him.
Oh, I see him now.
Did I squish it?
Is he inching? Don't squish him.
I didn't do it on purpose. He's alive still, but I'm going to move him off the table. Look, you guys. Can you see him? He's weedle.
He's a weedle bookworm.
Okay, I'm going to sit you over here a little, buddy, while I finish.
We'll put you back outside.
So what you're going to do next is gather all the bristles, okay? We're gathering all the bristles. Actually, I'm gonna squish this in. I'm gonna just squeeze it like a ponytail so it's already in, and then I'm gonna gather all the bristles. This is exactly like trying to put your kid's hair in a ponytail. It's like exactly the same thing. Okay, so we're grabbing all the hairs,
Putting them in a ponytail.
Putting them in a ponytail. I could put it in a bun.
And I can put it in a bun.
Okay, I'm gonna hold this and I'm gonna take my twine and I'm just gonna kind of, you can even lay this down if you need to.
So do you tie your twine before you put your branch in, or do you put your branch in and then tie your twine?
I'm gonna put my branch in. I'm gonna get this twine to hold everything together, and then I'll insert my branch. So it's got some stability, you know what I'm saying? So I've got this here. I'm just gonna tie this, but not super tight because I do need to put my branch in. So I'm just gonna tie it just like that. And I'm gonna actually put my thumb over where it's tied. And then we'll take our branch, kind of stick it in there, okay? And then I'm going to tighten this in a knot, and I'm gonna make it really tight this time. So I'm tightening this in a knot, just like this. And then we're gonna need to attach our tag. So we're not putting the bow on yet. I'm just gonna set this to the side. We need to apply our foam. We're gonna be putting foam stickers. What am I trying to say? Not foam cubes, foam squares.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna put foam squares on the back of my top layer. I'm just gonna apply these here. Make sure you don't put it where we're gonna be putting the hole. Just gonna put a few and then peel off this backer. Lauren, could you do me a huge flavor?
A flavor, yeah.
I need the hole puncher, and I think it's in my desk.
Yeah.
Or in my craft table. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, and so what I'm gonna do next is attach this here. Okay, now with the glitter, sometimes it doesn't want to stick very well. So you could technically glue this if you wanted to, or add glue to the foam squares just so it still has that 3D effect, because I love the 3D layering effect on cardstock. I think it looks so good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And then you're gonna punch a hole through both of these layers. So I'm just using a standard hole punch here, just like so. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put this twine through the back of my tag, just like this. And then I'm just gonna tie a knot just like this. And then all we have to do is add our bow. Oh my gosh, we're almost done.
Yes.
Okay, so I've got my ribbons here. This tool, it gives me life. I love this tool. It's glittery, orange. I just love it. So I'm gonna do a layer of that. Honestly, y'all get crazy. Do whatever you want with your ribbons. You can add a lot. You can add one ribbon. You could just do the tag and be done, honestly. It'd be cute.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just add a layer of each, and then we're gonna tie everything
The
on.
purple twine, if I'm not mistaken, if I had to guess, it probably come from Hobby Lobby.
There's no brand on it, but probably
It
Hobby
could have
Lobby.
come from Amazon.
It could have, yeah.
Honestly, I would just get on Amazon and search purple twine.
Yeah. So I just gathered it all, and I'm gonna lay the bag on top of everything, and we're gonna tie it in a knot in the front. So we're tying this in a knot, just like these.
We had somebody say these would be great for our family hocus pocus watch party.
We're having a watch party here too. Well, not here at the studio, but in Tennessee.
Yeah.
So I'm tightening that up really good, and then you can tie it in a knot, and then we'll fluff it out after we get it tied and trim off any excess. Oh wait, I was like, where does that ribbon go? This one needs to come through.
This would make a great teacher gift if you
yeah.
wanted to do like a teacher gift bag. Somebody said that. You can
trim
buy
these.
the adhesive foam squares, Amazon, Walmart, really anywhere.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, guys, I'm gonna trim these a little bit just for the sake of making them more like fluffy and fun.
Sherry says they have it at Dollar Tree.
What? They have
purple
what?
twine.
Oh, really? Okay. Dollar Tree really do be stepping it up.
They do.
They do be. Okay, and so you can fluff this out, and then that's it. I mean, that is so cute. So if you guys go ahead, you can see it. These are both of them. This is the original. This is the one today. Fun.
Love it.
I love it. And it didn't take us long at all. Like, maybe the first time I felt like it took me forever, but like this did not take long, y'all.
I mean, you have done the print and cut. You've made the treat bags, cut them, calibrated your machine. And plus, we talked for 10 minutes at the beginning, and
Right.
it's literally $12.59.
And like, if you remember, the file's available for you.
Yeah.
So you just snag it and go.
I know.
So very cute. I hope you all loved it. Everyone seems to really like it.
They do. Everyone has literally been saying the sweetest things. Like these people, like you all today, have been warming my heart in so many different ways.
Aw, I haven't even looked at the comments. So.
It's hard to look at, like, I'm the type of person, if I'm hosting or if I'm at that table crafting, I can't look at your comments. So please, like, if I'm ever hosting, and I'm sure Alicia feels the same way, if either one of us is ever hosting, I can't look at that because I'll just sit and read them and I won't craft.
I know, it's hard. We're already multitasking by talking and crafting. I'm a silent crafter most of the time.
Oh, yeah.
If we're really doing something, I'm like, don't talk to me. I need to
Don't talk.
focus.
I need to focus.
So anyway.
Hocus pocus, time to focus. Or what is it? What do they say in school? Hold on.
Hocus pocus?
No, Asher came home and said something the other day.
I've seen one that says hocus pocus, I need coffee to focus, or I need wine to focus.
But some of the teachers, I think his teacher has started saying hocus pocus, it's time to focus.
Oh, that's cute. I love that. Well, this may be a favorite. Yay.
I know.
Yeah, I love that. So obviously you can get most of these supplies at the Dollar Tree or at your house. The ribbons are at the Dollar Tree. The bags, and then you probably cardstock, like use what you've got. If you don't have black but you have green, slap a green offset on there. Like it's make it your own. So if you do make any of these, make sure you post it in our Facebook group if you are a member. If you're not a member and you're on the fence, today's the last day to get $30 off of our yearly membership, which means you're gonna get a ticket to our yearly summit, which is October 1st.
Which we've been doing the crafts for.
Yeah.
And
I wish we could show them.
I know.
There's so many good stuff. We were very inspired by Christmas this year.
Yes.
So if you're not a member already, make sure that you're signing up for that. And we're doing the 30 days to selling your crafts, which is the last day for that too.
Tanner is doing that tonight at 7. So make sure you grab your seat for that if you want to start selling your crafts. Now this one I feel like would be, let's just say you wanted to sell these as treat bags for people to give out. There are a lot of other crafts that you could sell, and Tanner will go through all of that, like finding what you think works best selling in your area, different things like that.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking about selling a craft, if not to turn it into a regular job, just to make some little money, side hustle.
Right.
Listen, Alicia and I are all about a side hustle.
I've never not had a side hustle since I've been 15 years old. I literally
Side hustle for life.
it's a problem.
Yes.
Honestly, I think it's a coping skill at this point. I don't know.
And grabbing that seat for $27 to teach you how to really take advantage of your side hustle, of your obviously you have an ability to craft. You love to craft.
Yeah.
Why not, at least if nothing else, make enough money to fund your addiction.
Right.
To pay
We're
for
trying to help you out, okay?
We do trying to help you guys. That's all.
But that course really tells you your what and your why. So, and then if you get a lot from that and you're like, I really want to dive into this, we do a course known as Design Make Sale.
Yeah.
That's like the next level, but this is such a good introductory course to that, especially if you've been interested in selling your craft. So it's going to be a lot of fun. He's going to be doing that tonight at 7 p.m. We're Eastern Standard?
Yeah, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Now, one thing I want to make sure that you all know, if you sign up for the $27 course, but for some reason you can't make it live tonight, guess what? That's fine. You will have access to watch it replayed. Yeah. That link will be sent out to all of those who signed up for the class. There is a small pop-up Facebook group for the 30 days to selling your crafts workshop. So you will have a separate, so we have an MGL Facebook, and then they will have their own Facebook for an extra Facebook so that you can kind of share that you've started, the successes you've had with your business, things like that.
Right. So the only thing that we have left is to gift the printer. And are you, since I picked earlier, can you
I will pick.
Okay.
I will pick this one.
Lauren's going to pick it. It makes me nervous. I don't want to make anybody mad.
Well, I think our lovely friends are just, I don't think we would make anybody mad. We did have someone ask if it was open to Canadians. Listen, if the person that I scroll and pick, if you are Canadian, we will try our best to get it to you.
We've been, okay, so if y'all haven't been around Sin is someone that we work with, and we were trying to send her some stuff, and it was going to cost her more money to receive the package than the value of what was inside of the package. Like, doesn't make any sense. It don't make no sense.
But that's one of those things, like, I've been trying, since I've been here, I tried to, like, I've talked Tanner into, we sent workbooks to Canada, and we've been trying to open our shipping stuff up. So I promise you, we're
working on it.
We're working. So I'm gonna close my eyes. Is it scrolling? It's not scrolling.
Here, I'll scroll and you tell me when to stop.
Okay. Are you scrolling?
Yeah.
Stop. And the winner is Tracy Newton Clayton.
Yay! Yay! Congratulations. You won an Epson SureColor printer if you missed what we were giving out today. So this is the Sublimation printer, like the end-all be-all Sublimation printer. I love amazing.
The only thing that, my mic, is it off? Did it go off? No, it's just okay. Can you hear me now? Okay. So, the only thing about if there was one thing that I could change about that printer, it would just be to make it so it would print larger.
Oh, yeah. Well, isn't that like the struggle of our life? Yeah. Because when you're doing basic crafting, and like, unless you were in a committed relationship to that hobby, it's like you're going to be using an 8.5 by 11. It goes A4, 8.5, or 11.7 by 8.5.
8.5 by 14, I think. Is
A4. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I don't know what's 11.7. I made that up. Anyways, that's an amazing gift. That is an amazing prize to win. I would love to have one of those personally.
I was trying to see if Tracy commented.
Tracy, are you here? Hello, Tracy.
Tracy.
Where are you?
I can't find you.
Wait. Oh, go back down.
Nope. Wrong Tracy.
Okay. Well, listen, Tracy, if you see your comment, I guess we need her to comment to see it, right, before we leave?
She commented right when we were about to announce it, so she's here.
Oh, she did. Oh, my God. I'm in tears right now.
I'm going to cry.
No, I don't want to cry either. Stop it.
If you cry, we cry. It's like a thing. I don't know what happened.
September is an emotional month for me anyway, so I don't want to talk about it.
Listen, we're so happy that you're happy. Yay. I'm so glad that you're here. That's awesome. So we'll be sending that out to you. Make sure to email hi@makersgonnalearn.com and give us your mailing address. We cannot wait to send this to you. It's so, so, so exciting.
Yes.
So does anybody have any questions before we go? This is the last day of Halloween.
I feel like we literally ended on such a bang.
Oh, me too. And I was like, this is such a simple craft. I was like, are people even going to be interested? But like, this was such a wholesome, good live today.
Yeah.
And I'm just so happy to be a part of this community. You all make it amazing for us. So
you all, obviously we love Makers Gonna Learn. We love what we do.
Yeah.
But you all truly make us love what we do even more.
Right.
Like, we do all of this for you. Like, we Halloween, well, I think we've talked about it. Halloween was kind of mine and Alicia's brainchild because we thought they need this. Our people need this.
Yeah,
we love it. So
it brings us joy, and we know it'll bring you all joy too. So, all right. Well, we'll see you all in the next live stream.
Oh, this will be the 13th. This is going to be crazy for us. Like, we've been live every day straight
for 13 days.
Yeah.
It's been a fun ride.
So we're not going live tomorrow.
No, we're going to take a little break.
We're going to take a little bit of a break.
Yeah, but next week.
Now, I do want to let our members know we are going to be postponing our live Q&A that we were hosting in the Facebook group.
Yeah.
We're going to be postponing that for probably, I would think probably next week.
Yeah, hopefully.
Both Tanner and I will be out of the office on Thursday, and it's just going to be Alicia, so it would kind of be a little hard for her to be just
I mean, I can try, but it would be a lot. It would be more fun if everybody's here. So we'll try to do it next week when everybody's in the office. But I guess we will see y'all. Oh, graduation.
I completely forgot. So if we have anybody here that was a Maker University member that turned in your stuff for graduation, we are hosting graduation for Maker University tomorrow
At 2 p.m.
2 p.m. It's going to be more, is it set up like a Zoom call? Yeah. It is a Zoom call for our graduates. Very one-on-one. We're going to have a valedictorian and a salutatorian of the class.
Yes, very exciting. And Maker U was my first course that I was a part of at Maker's Gonna Learn. So it's like very near and dear to my heart. I'm actually like always brainstorming ideas for sophomore year. Hopefully, if we do a sophomore year, I'm not promising that.
Fingers crossed we'll have a sophomore year.
I would love to. I would love to keep going. So anyways, we're doing that tomorrow at 2. And I'm hoping that we're on the call. I'm planning on being there.
Yeah.
If not, I'll insert my head into behind Tanner.
We had somebody ask if we will be doing daily lives. So I'm looking back in our schedule. We are going to be having boot camp the first week of starting on Halloween through the first week of November. That will be the next time we go live every day. But I'm pretty sure we're doing no less at least 3 lives a day, or 3 lives a week. 3 lives a day. Dear Lord, help us.
I will fall over in this chair. We're trying to do 2 to 3 with you all, and we're going to be doing a little bit more of like a mini live on some days for you all, like answering a very specific questions that y'all have had, or like things that you all question us about a lot, rather than doing these like in-depth projects. So we're hoping to start doing that in October.
Yeah. So we are, and especially with the holiday season coming up, we will be amping up our lives again. Yeah. There may be a week where we go live every day straight. There may be a week where we do 4, but it will be no less than 2 or 3.
Yeah.
All right. We did have a question. If we didn't finish Maker U, do we still get to graduate? Patty, unfortunately, to be able to graduate, you had to finish at least 1 project from each module and turn that in. You may still be able to sneak into graduation and may still be able to get that in. I would just email hi@makersgonnalearn.com, see if that's still possible. I'm not really 100% sure, so you just need to check with them first. They will for sure know. But if we don't have any more questions,
I guess that's it.
This is the end. I feel like I need to be singing Happy Trails to you.
Oh my gosh, I can't.
Okay. Anyway, we'll see you guys later.
Bye.